This is Ryan from ANTI-NECONS.com.
Take a good look at your congressman. Remember his face. Because one day, you may have to blow it up.
It is vitally important to understand the relationships between the government and industries. I'm going to read to you just a couple pages out of my book, Welcome to the USSA. I want to explain methods of profiteering. The classic way is for politicians to pass legislation favorable to the corporations who finance their campaigns. Or they may relax environmental laws or issue tax breaks or even a tax cut for everyone over a certain income. This method skews laws to favor select corporations and not the public. Worse is the more direct method of profiteering. This is when politicians simply allocate tax revenue to be spent on companies that they have invested in or that their wife or husband has invested in. Many companies are rewarded no-bid contracts, which is communism. That's state control of industry. No auction whatsoever. Just directly getting money from the state. These contracts bolster the value of their stock, and it allows those in the know to engage in insider trading while maintaining control over the market value with the contracts. They can easily increase the price by signing another deal, and many times when the work is not even necessary or is highly overpriced to do simple tasks. And these corporations get roped into donating and giving more to these politicians, because if they don't do that, and their competitors do, and their competitors get the contracts, you can see where that goes. This is most often a method of the executive branch. The president's cabinet is appointed. We don't elect them. We sort of elect the vice president. He's attached to the presidential ticket, but we don't elect anybody in the cabinet. So naturally, the cabinet is filled with CEOs and former CEOs and business tycoons of all the major industries, particularly agribusiness, big pharma, and energy companies. Another crooked method of plutocracy, which can act as an attack on political opponents as well as serve interests of the corporations, is the age-old method of pork barreling. Congress will write up a legitimate bill and then attach to it completely irrelevant add-ons. For example, there might be a bill about disaster relief in Mississippi, and randomly attached to it is money for a project like building a bridge in Iowa. If the bill is rejected, then the media can claim that whoever opposed the bill was opposing disaster relief. And if the bill is passed, then the congressman from Iowa got his pork project, thereby diverting part of the money that could have gone to disaster relief or could have simply been saved. This is by and large a vice of the legislative branch, who like to garner pork projects for their districts. Adding to the layer of corruption are the various lobbying groups, which should be renamed organized bribery. A solution for this kind of pork was the line item veto. That's just like a veto, but it lets the president line just a portion of the bill. He doesn't have to veto the entire thing. Allows the president to veto only portions of the bill, and if not overridden, pass the rest. The problem with the line item veto is that it's rarely used for what it was intended. Many times Congress will go over a long exchange of compromises over a certain bill based on legitimate arguments and concerns, only to have the president undermine the portion of the bill not of his party or not of his personal interest. And of course, the most disgusting method of profiteering is warmongering profiteering. And that's where the majority of it is. The majority of these no-bid contracts and the things I just talked about are involved with defense industries. The military-industrial complex, as President Eisenhower coined the phrase, is who controls our government and our press. Multinational corporations control the media. I'll get into that in a second. Over half of our tax revenue goes to the military, to the industrial side of the military, the manufacturers. The United States is the largest arms dealer in the world. And we are currently $8.5 trillion in debt to privately owned central banks, which is another topic I'll address later. These corporations are consolidating the wealth of the public for their own gain. They don't give a damn about the environment or humanity. The United States' past couple wars, Afghanistan and Iraq, were based on complete lies. It wasn't mistakes. It wasn't incompetence, although there was some incompetence. It was consciously planned lies.